Thank you, everybody, for joining. And for those of you who are perhaps watching this not in live time, thank you very much. We are very excited to have Bill from Downtown Travel today. Downtown Travel are one of our US suppliers that we are able to sell over here in the UK. So, as simple as that, I'm going to hand it over to you, Bill. Thank you very, very much indeed. Go ahead, do what you need to do, and I shall be here listening and writing down any notes.
Hi, everybody. I'm Bill Gardner with Downtown Travel. One of my titles, I guess, is Senior Director of Travel Groups, key groups, and national accounts, and all that. Most importantly, you can remember I'm the one who will give you my direct phone number, so you can reach me anytime. If you get desperate, you can always give me a call at 201-747-6438. And that comes directly to me anywhere I happen to be wandering around the world. So feel free to take advantage of it. A couple of things to just give you a little bit about us before we go into too much. We are strictly a B2B program. We do not work with the consumers anywhere in the world. So they're your customers and we're our customers, and we just love it that way. I prefer you to deal with the crazy consumers to your heart's content. I've been doing this for way too long, but I still enjoy it. We are one of the largest air consolidators in the world. We have in excess of 139 airlines and assorted airlines. We'll also show you Downtown Travel, thebestagent.pro, which is our booking engine, and Avant-Garde Vacations, which is our new tour operator. So let me open up this a minute and see what we've got here. If you have any questions, please feel free to unmute yourself and chat along with me and find out what I'm babbling about. What I've just brought you into is our dashboard. Have you guys seen the how to register at all?
No, not personally.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you over there for a minute, show you how to do the registration. Everything on there is relatively simple. It is just remember, there is like a 3-part registration, which you need to complete everything on. That will give you access to our dashboard and the ability to ticket any airline, basically any airline in the world, to any airline in the world. Destinations can be anywhere. We do not work with the Spirits of the world or Frontier here in the States. The Ryan and some of the others your direction, but you will find plenty of airlines to ticket. So I'm going to open up now to the bestagent.pro, and this is a dashboard. Pop over to the user guide and assume that okay, there we go. Not where it belongs, but that's okay. It's still early. Okay, so we're going to show you how to register. Registration takes a couple of different directions. How to register, the bestagent.pro. This is a system that our company built about 12 years ago. It is the simplest booking tool in the industry. If there was one simpler, I'd most likely have at least borrowed parts of it. It's a air B2B booking engine. It is directly to the travel agency community. It is never, ever, ever going to find travelers or your passengers wandering around on it. We got missed one little bit here. Sorry, all. This is when we built it for ease and simplicity. It completely point and click. You need no GDS knowledge at all to use it. It gives you self-ticketing ability 24/7. You can adjust your commissions up and down, which it'll allow you to do. And we have one of the very unique things we give you total transparency into our fares. So you have every fare that we have, you have access to and can ticket on. Again, we'll show you some of that a little later on. But again, remember, we are a B2B program, so the only folks who can be in here are travel agents. Downtown itself has been around since 1988. We are family owned and operated. We're in our second generation in the C offices. We have offices in New York, California, Florida, and various other places around the world. I'm actually head of sales for the companies, I should say. And I live in New York, New Jersey, work occasionally in New York, but can be found just about anywhere wandering aimlessly. Uh, going to go back to this. We have a couple of numbers for you to remember. One, we sell $3.75 million a day in ticketing, which equates between 25 and 35,000 tickets a day. That puts us in the top two consolidators in the US. We also do, in the course of a year, 5,000 groups. Remember, we don't originate groups ourselves. They have to come in from the agency community. So again, you are a major part of our marketing model as well as our sales team. So thank you for being there. We'll hopefully get you there and give you any questions you want. We're going to be showing you both downtown travel, the air consolidator side, and Avant-Garde. Avant-Garde is our tour division and has packages to 41 destinations around the world and about 220 pre-made packages that can be customized any way you like. So back to how you register. You come into the bestagent.pro. You note that you do not have a registration. You come down here and you are going to register as an agency. Your IC is for Archer, so we're going to fill out this whole thing for you. Hit register down here, and it'll tell you there's a register. You need to register as an agency, not an agent. So again, please remember that. It's one of the most important things. I will try to get over to you a step-by-step piece so that when next time you have this, you'll be able to work with it. And I'll definitely put another image on here of that for future reference as well. So you're an agency. You're going coming down here. You're going to fill out all this information. Most important here, after you put in your name, address, phone number, all that good stuff, you're going to click I am affiliated with a consortia or host. When you get there, it's a drop down, one level lower, and you will go down until you find Archer and hit Archer. And that will tie you together forever and ever a day. But you'll be tied in there. We'll be able to help you register as it goes along. You'll get this little note. Do not panic if you don't get it and suddenly a dashboard shows up for you. For some reason, this little piece of mail disappears more often, and no one ever seems to find it, but will be there, and that's the one telling you, okay, now you're able to go on and continue your registration and find out what's going on. When you get down here, everything runs off this little box next to the status box. And that's going to step by step tell you what you've done, what you need to do, what you need to continue. So that one says activate ticketing. You're going to come down here for corporate and billing check, fill everything out correctly. This is your sign the contract, which basically is just going to tell you that, again, since you're registering as an IC of an agency, you are confirmed that you're duly authorized to sign everything. You've read and understand it. If for some reason you decide to end the relationship or we decide to end with you, you will send back whatever funds that you're owed, and we will send the same thing for you. And then the last one is your auto sign. The last thing you do, and this is required, is you put a credit card in as a safety against chargebacks. Is everyone familiar with the term chargeback? Yes,
I'm
no?
guessing, I imagine I know what it means, but it's not
Okay,
something that we generally use on
okay,
any of our other suppliers.
great,
So
thank you.
sorry, do you mean if we put in a credit card for the client,
Right.
or are we able to create quotes, or is this just automatically, rather than we're saying to them, we've got a flight for you, do you want it before,
No, no, yeah, we'll actually show you that. No, what a chargeback is, and it's more of a credit card term than anything. That's why I was just trying to make sure we were speaking the same English. I always kid my friends from the UK about that. Uh, what it is let's say you book a client with something. It can be a flight, it can be a package, whatever it is, and they decide they have not gotten what they have an objection. They didn't feel they got what was promised. They didn't get the seat, the flight they wanted. They can then go back to their credit card and put a charge back in. That then turns into a complaint, which goes to IATA. Two things I'm going to tell you right off the bat. Well, I'm going to show you how to avoid them, regardless of anything that comes down the pike. Very important. Uh, you don't want one of those. It's a pain, to put it mildly. So you're going to go in, and anytime you sell anything to a client, you can only be paid with the client's credit card, and you want to make sure the client has signed an agreement uh, on a credit card authorization form that he or she is authorizing you to charge their credit card for whatever amount that they're charging. Okay. And you're going to click on that, send that back to us. That's the big one. That takes about 75% of the fraudulent credit card use out right off the bat. Okay. So that's number one. Number two, we'll show you when I do a demo for you in a few minutes. And that'll be just showing you the fair rules. So does everyone have a handle on that?
Yeah, Bill, just
Mm.
to check on that.
Yep.
So, chargebacks is something that I would usually deal with over here in the UK.
Right.
Will we be having, for example, a main account that anything like that can go through, or is it just each individual agent's accounts?
Yeah, here's how it'll work. Here's how it works with all of our host accounts. It will come to we, of course, will get the first copy of it,
Uh-huh.
and then it goes to Archer.
Uh-huh.
So I'm assuming that's where you'll get them from Archer,
Yeah.
and then it comes down responsibility wise to the individual agent. Now, as long as you have the credit card authorization form and
Yeah.
another one that I'm going to show you, what it is there, we're taking the fair rule, all the fair rules, copy and pasting it, send it to the client, have them initial and do it. They can't put the charge in. They
Okay.
can't
So
collect. It
perfect. So we do have our own credit card
you do
authorization
have,
forms that are
yes.
filled in.
Right. So exactly. In fact, I believe you have them in the CRM now. Uh,
Yes.
so those are the ones you want to sign. You don't have to send them to us. You want to keep them though. And the same thing when I show you how to take uh, the fair rules. You just keep them in case anything happens. Once you
Perfect.
have those, we will actually contest the charge if they put it through.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Brilliant.
Yep. Okay. But here's the downside. I can't emphasize enough how important those two things are, because otherwise remember the credit cards are on the client's side, not necessarily ours.
No problem.
Okay. If it yeah,
Sorry.
we do I don't even have any guess at how many million tickets we do a year, but I can tell you that the we also spend about $22 million a year on the security on these things on our system. So what we have is every credit card that you put at your clients that you put in is pre-scanned and pre-qualified as being legit.
Excellent. So the security is already built into this
Yep.
system.
Very much so. But I will throw you the old-fashioned way of doing it, and I can tell you I've been doing this forever. You get someone who calls you out of the blue, and I'm going to tell you this is a funny one, but it's not. Every year, about 5 times a year, the agents in the northeast of the states gets a letter addressed, an email addressed to the agents, and it's signed by the Prince of Ghana. There's only two small problems with that. The guy doesn't know how to spell Ghana, and there is no Prince of Ghana. But the letter looks real good, and I will get when that happens, I'll get 10 or 15 calls saying, Bill, do you know anything about this? Yes, the guy is a crook. Let's not play with him. But so you get anything like that, you get anything you just don't feel right with. Okay, you just simply ask them, may I have both sides, copies of both sides of your passport and both sides of your credit card, and you'll never hear from them again.
Yeah. Something that we used to have in place was, for example, if somebody was to send you an email, tell you they need a really last minute ticket, a last minute fare,
Yep.
ask them for their telephone number, but not a cell number, not a mobile number, a landline telephone number.
Exactly. The other thing that comes in, and I'll show you when we get into do a demo of an actual ticketing, we have a pre-setting on everyone initially that you cannot ticket within 10 days of a departure. Since most of the travel you're going to do is leisure travel, almost no one comes down to 3 days, 4 days beforehand. Okay? So it's just another form of protection. We watch everything very closely. We have it continually monitored. But again, part of the responsibility is for you guys to see if someone's calling up. I have a guy who called me not too long ago. He wanted 9 business class tickets from New York to, I don't remember where it was. I did stick in my mind enough. But after I asked him 1 or 2 questions, I knew he was, full of something, and I'll leave it at that. So you just be a little careful and ask. Always better to be a little paranoid than not. Okay?
Sorry, Bill, I'm just interrupting again. I am a little paranoid actually about lots of things. I'm in the middle of selling my house, and you won't believe how paranoid
Oh,
I
good
am.
God, no.
I'm
sorry.
It's okay. I am quite about the whole traveling, agency business, because my name's attached to it, obviously. So I would, make sure that I've got all the credentials in order. What I'm asking is, do we have to take this credit card information prior to giving them any information about the flights we've looked at?
No, you
No,
don't.
that's
You
all I
can play
wanted
it
to
either.
know.
You can play it either way you like. I will tell you that a lot of the people that come in, particularly on phone calls, are shopping or kicking
Yep,
tires,
yep, I get that.
something like that.
You get
Kicking
that on
tires,
all
not so much about an airline ticket as much as it used to be. Used to be everyone was a tire kicker because they wanted to compare 18 different airlines. But what you will do is some of the other support activities or additional activities, because in the portal, your online portal, you're going to see airline ticketing, you're going to have car rentals, you're going to have transfers, you're going to have a whole bunch of other things, and they will call up on that kind of stuff. They'll also call up on almost anything, and anybody will call up on tours, because that's also what we're going to give you will be the shot to use Avant-Garde Tours, which is we rebranded about 14 months ago, and we now have one of the best tour operations all the way around in the industry. And I'll only take part of the credit for it because I helped tear the tour company apart to rebuild it. So when we show it to you, you're going to see a lot of things that aren't traditionally there. Things like the fact that you can build a group with whatever number of people you want to include in it. You can build we don't have to use a cyclical tour. where tour XYZ is going to be done 5 times a year. You with your group with 10, 12, whatever, can do it whenever they like. So those are things we've added to it. And if it makes sense, it's a little easier when I show it to you, but it's things we put in deliberately. So just be with someone coming in, kicking tires and that. It's just part of the challenge, I think, to be a good agent, because sometimes you have to go a little too far to try to give them all the help they do need. Okay?
Yep, got that. Thank you very much.
No problem.
Understood.
So again, these are how you register. You can send me anytime you like. My email is william@downtowntravel.com. You can send me an email anytime when you're doing this. The other resource you have is we have a help desk. It is not a phone line because we found phone lines and accents don't work well. I have some real Southern belles in Southern United States, and my agents, my salespeople who are from almost anywhere in the world can't understand what they say. So I wind up having to do translation for them. So it's an email system. It's a private system. It's very similar to a chat box where you go in, you're connected directly to one of our specialists, and they work with you. You can send them a screenshot. You can tell them exactly what you have, and they will be back to you generally within 15 to 20 minutes. And it is 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on an email. Okay. So again, this is your registration. The ultimate goal is doing this to register the credit card. To do that, you're going to have to sign you're going to have to, 1, register the credit card, 2, sign the contract, 3, fill out the corporate and billing, and then up here you're getting the initial one, which is actually just choosing which goal you're headed for, which is registering a independent agent, an agency, again, agency, and that's what you have it. Any questions? Anything I can resolve on that? Again, I'll be more than happy to come back and do training anyone needs, or you can reach me directly. So let's see what else we've got in here. Going over to the, yep, go ahead.
Excuse me, Bill, sorry to interrupt you. Going back to that, so are you saying that to register, we have to fill the whole thing in? You're not just or even though we're probably not going to do a booking straight away, you have to fill the whole thing in first?
Yep, you have to have everything in because that's the only way we can get you into the system.
Oh, I see. Okay, that's fine.
Because what we use is, you don't have to use it. You just have to have it.
Have it,
because that's your registration. And actually, good God, I'm even missing one here. I haven't updated. That gives you your entrance into bestagent.pro that I'm swinging a little pointer on. Here is Avant-Garde Vacations. And then this is Downtown itself. And they all are interlocked companies, but they all have different things you're going to want to pull out of them.
I see.
And as you go. Yeah, and we use the registration for all of them. That way you don't have to try to remember. I don't know if you're like I am, but I can't remember more than 1 or 2 passwords at a time. And I get tired of writing them on my hand. So we made them all common.
I understand.
Passwords. Okay, so that's basically that's okay. And one of the things I will suggest, once you get in here and get registered, play with the registration on each of the areas, because you're going to go in and just play with the airline tickets. Just don't hit because then you're ticketing, but you can go through all the way down to getting the quote, getting everything in front of you without processing it. You can also cancel any flight at up for 24 hours. No problem. But remember the important thing. The airlines no longer hold the fares while you're holding a seat. So if it can change 10 times in that 24-hour period you're holding it. So that is not lockable. The only way that can be locked is a couple of the airlines have now come up with an auxiliary fee, which is if you want to hold a ticket, and they do it based on the percentage of the price. It can be up to $30 or $40 to hold it, and you don't get that back even if you don't ticket. So that is there. You can take a peek at United Airlines, for example. I know they have it, and it works, but it's not really necessary. So again, this is down. Welcome to the bestagent.pro. And then we're going to come back over here. Again, I'm using there's 3 logins. You can go to the bestagent.pro. You can come to www.downtowntravel.com, or you can go to www.avantgardevacations.com. That takes you into the same one. They're all common. You can jump back and forth. So this we're going to go is the booking engine. In here you have basically every airline that flies in and out of the States, and then some. That's your air ticketing right here. Next to it, you have hotels. The hotels are 2.5 million hotels. Everything from a Holiday Inn, low end, up to the Waldorf Astoria or any hotel you can 5-star you can think of. What I do warn you in advance, do not book any non-refundables. I'll repeat that one time. Do not book any non-refundables in there, because the challenge with them, the hotels are very, very, very difficult to work with. And they will either do a flip and say, okay, we don't want to take a credit card. We want you to either do an ACH payment or a Zelle payment or something like that, which is a big pain. So just go with cancelable fares, room rates. Next to it is the package builder. This is we built for a couple of reasons. Sometimes you'll get a client who wants a specific hotel. You can't find it in a lot of places. You can come in there, tie it with your tie it with your airline fare, and you're building yourself a package. I do this in late or mid-March to mid-April or late April, when you can't play golf in Bermuda. Or there's no one playing golf in Bermuda. You can't play up here in the Northeast US because it's too cold, but you can go down and play in Bermuda in some of the nicest weather of the year to play golf. And we also have it on certain hotels, almost anywhere in the world. You can check and see if you can build a mini package. The one next to that is orders. That will allow you to go in and look at every single purchase you've ever made, and it's all kinds of good information. Lost Bags is a service we offer on the tour side of the house, which is if you go take a tour and you buy an air package of premium economy or more, and your bag goes away for a few days, you get $1,000 compensation. If you're doing a economy or less, you get 500. So it gives you a nice bit of change, and they don't care if you get your luggage back. It's just the 72 hours why it's missing. You have car rentals. International is 12%. Domestic in the US is 8%. Groups we're going to come back to. We're going to show you a lot of that in a minute. You've got the account that shows you what you've got going on, user guide. Down here you have seat fees. You can do, if it's a flight you're on and you have to pay to get the seat in advance or something, you can go in there, hit that, or you can take your PNR, which is the ticket locator number that you get, and you can go into the airline system and arrange the seat selection. You are going to pay for that if that's being done at that class level, but you can also do it through us and pay the same amount. Then we're going to come down here. This is the actual booking engine. First thing is pretty easy. Let's just do, oop, hang on a second. What it is, the system is very easy. It's very friendly. So if you go in and type in New York, or the words that begins with new, there's about 50 of them. So going to New York, you're going to click that one, and you're in line. This one, I'm going to do London. And that one's just nice. That one, because there are 37 airlines that have the word London in it. And the first one comes up, London, Kentucky. And that is not the same as London, England. So you want to make sure that's set up. You have a default setting here that will not allow you to book a ticket within 10 days of departure. It's a security issue and it works very well. Eventually, as you get into it and you use it and you come back and say, hey, I'd like a little shorter. If you send me an email on it, I will change it. And that would be 3 days, but spend a few weeks on it first. With the 10, it'll give you a lot better issue. You can do one ways anywhere you like. So we're going to go 11, pick up on 11, and we'll come back on the 19th. Okay. What I like about this system very much is it lets you ticket and quote 8 people at a time. You can throw some kids in, throw some infants in, but your main number is 8. Once you go beyond the 8, you're into the group section. We do 5,000 groups a year. With that, you want to be, it's so simple. You simply call it in, send me an email, say, Bill, this is what I want. We get back to you with one of your group specialists, gets back to you the next day, then you're ready to roll with your group. We have a guaranteed quote within 48 hours at the maximum, usually 24. You then come down. Here where we call it a leg is another word for segment. So all of our flights are open-jawed or can be issued as open-jawed. And that comes in big play for your 2 cruises. So if you're flying over and taking a cruise from, New York City, and you're going to get off down in Miami after you've cruised for a few days, you want to be able to use the same ticket type program, and that's what you have. So you would just be adding here a second. You would be going New York to London, and let's take London out of there. Yeah, now we'll go New York, London, and then you were going London to Miami. Just remember, you must click on these or it will not let that you're putting the ones up the way the computer is reading it. You have fares in published, net, by carrier, and actually even depending on where you're going, we also have 41 airlines that have given us tour fares and leisure fares. So you're looking here. Let's see what now. When you go with your pricing, you can go economy, premium economy, business. Remember, not all carriers in the States have first class. Not all carriers coming across the pond have first class either. So you need to look closely. But we're going to work this one in. Oh, that's why it is.
Sorry, Bill.
Yeah.
When we had the children on here,
Yep.
Is there a drop down that says you put the ages of the children in? Because different, when you click on say there are 2 children, does that drop down and ask you to add in the ages of the children?
Right.
Like it generally does.
Yeah, it generally does. If it doesn't, then what your best thing is to send a note to us at the help desk. that we have a list of what it is, but I will warn you that the airlines have been a little crazier than normal, that they keep changing these around a little bit. So you will have your PNRs. You can take the PNR and go directly to the airline and say, here's my flight. Please update me on what the price of the children are. The one you want to be very careful about lately is the lap children. The airlines are getting the airlines have been being beat up for them for a long time. And I swear, last week I was getting on a plane and I saw a young child. I thought he needed a shave. I mean, that's, the people get crazy with that. So do keep that in mind and find out what the numbers are correctly. And then if they do something a little shaky, it's not on you, it's on them.
Thank you.
Let's see. We're going to do a publish fare first. What I like about this also is this down here where it says find flights, it won't let it shift until you have all the information the way the computer wants to see it. Okay? It saves me a lot of time, because when I make mistakes, I then have to go back and figure out where it is. This cuts down on the number of possibilities. It's now searching. It's going through all 4 GDS systems and all four and about 17,000, maybe a little bit more of our contracts. It's showing you everything we have from the get-go. Now, right here is your basic economy. I will tell you quite honestly, I suggest not using basic economy because it can be confusing for some of your clients. The clients don't say, I want to use basic economy, because they don't know what it is. They say, hey, I want the cheapest ticket. So again, I don't really believe in ticketing it, so I try to avoid it. And it's about $200, so you've got to deal with it with your clients the way you want. We'll show it to you without the basic economy in. And these are all non-stops. This one stop and non-stop. You're hiding the basic economy. Below them are the alternate flights to go to the UK. And we're going to hit this, and it's going through. Okay. First check you do on this is you make sure there's a bag included. That tells you right off the bat that you do have a regular flight. Then you come down. And if you remember, I had told you there was another thing we were going to do to protect against chargebacks. That's this. We're going to get the fare rules out, which are all in English, and you're going to copy and paste them, and you're going to send them to the agents, the clients rather, I'm sorry. And what that's going to do is it's going to cut them out of being able to say they didn't understand it, because that used to be in all alphanumerics. It's now in English, and they really can not know what's going on. Okay? So let's hide your fares again. This, you're going to see more and more carriers. This is called the family of fares. So here's your full service economy. This is your basic economy, really. So you got to keep that in mind. It's $200 cheaper. This is basically the same, just a little bit seated, better seating. And then this is the other one. Okay, those are your 3 classes of fares. We're going to go back over here where we started. You're going to come down. Here's where you put your frequent flyer information in, everything they're looking for. Here is where you can send an itinerary to the clients without your markup in it. So you're going to put that in. So you're going to send the email to you. That will be the first notice that you get from the airline if there is a problem, cancellation or whatever. Then I suggest you set it up so that it automatically rolls right over to the client so they have it. And then about 3 to 4 days out, we get a notice as well. And that's where we do call and say, hey, this is what we don't have. You need to look at what's there. One of the things I'm convinced is that our shared customers don't know how to read and choose not to. So you always want to reach out and give them a little nudge to find out what's going on. Down here is we've added some insurance options for you. And here's your ticket. Again, it's not showing you any markup because it's not giving you a market. It's a published fare, but quite honestly, I would do it this way. It's showing you $100. You're blaming it on the merchant fee, and you're blaming that on us. So you're making it 100. They're getting their 724, and a merchant charge is being charged on the other, and you're going to use the charge passenger to do it. Okay?
Okay. Sorry, Lorna again. Right, I'm taking it that for flights they have to pay in full as soon as we book
Yes.
flights.
Well, they do unless you're doing a group, but I did skip one thing which I will show you, and that's my fault. I'm going through this right here. This is a program called Slice. And Slice will let you to pay for it over time in advance. You go in, you tell the clients what's there. They contact Slice. Slice comes in, they set up their agreement, and the next thing you know, you're getting paid in full, usually about 2 weeks after they agree, and it just speeds up what you're making it on.
Okay, and that's available still just on flights only?
Yeah, this is the flights from flights. I would have to check on the tour side of that. I'm waiting for it to actually, I asked last week whether they were going to open it up for the tour sides as well.
Okay.
Bill, sorry, Lorna,
Go
just
on.
while it's in my head, could I just ask a question on that? Would
Sure.
UK customers be eligible for that? I've dealt with something similar in the past, which it's effectively credit, isn't it? You're signing up
Yep.
for credit.
Yep.
So would the UK customers be eligible for that with it being a US?
I just, it's funny. This morning when I was thinking about that, I'm told it will, but I just sent a note over to Slice directly. They have people they're doing it in about 15 countries right now. They're actually an Aussie company, and I think it will, but I want to, I was kind of playing about showing it to you, but I've shown it to you, but hold off on it till I could get a note off to you in a week or two. Yeah, I believe we've got, let me think. We started doing it about 3 or 4 months ago, 5 months ago now, and we're getting a fair amount of business out of it just because it's what the people want. So one of the reasons we put when we showed it to you before, and let me back up 1 second. When we put it in and we came down over it, and we had all the insurance there. We put the insurance there because people will drive both of us crazy trying to find where the insurance is. So we stuck it right there so that they've really got a trip over it if they not to see it.
Of course. We'll
So
wait for
again,
the answer on that. That's perfect. Thank you, Bill.
Okay, sorry. Is that generally available on packages?
It is.
The deposit.
It is on packages. The only thing, and this one I should know the answer, and I apologize. I also have to check on whether the American insurance can be sold to you as well, and I will do that this week. The challenge we have with insurance here is it's not just it's not controlled all countrywide. It's controlled by states. So, for example, there are 5 states that a travel agent right off the bat can't sell travel insurance to. They have to have an insurance broker who can sell it to. And then there's one or two who make it so impossible, no one can do it. State of New York you have to have one of your agents be a licensed insurance broker to sell insurance in their agency.
We don't sell
Yeah,
insurance over here for very similar reasons.
Yeah.
I
Uh,
was about to say that doesn't apply to us either.
I don't think the insurance would. I believe the other one may be, but I'll run it down for you and get you the answers back on that. That's just
Yeah,
a matter of me reaching out and touching base. So we
Thank
got
you.
that. Okay, so that's basically,
Thank you.
did everyone basically see how it worked and relatively simple? We make it as simple as it possible. It will help you with different things. For example, when you're doing when you're pulling a flight, and you come down, it will tell you whether you're doing, we have two things here. You're going to be always able to get to click on. One will be your drop basic economy or hide basic economy. Get rid of them. The other is DNCs. DNCs are the fares that go directly to the airlines. They were introduced here about a year ago. They're not the most popular things in the world. Some of my friends down in Texas and some of the rest of the Southeast call it DNC fare, NDC fare. No damn commission, but that's not not fair either. But it's just something that's here. They are not going to go away. Okay, that's the best thing to understand with them. They're slightly different in their. They do pay commission. They do pay everything. They're the same type of fare. They just made a new distribution system for it. Okay,
What
if you go
is
ahead.
the general commission on flights and packages? Sorry.
Packages are simple to tell you. They're 12%, and you can do anything you want with if you take it from being a package that's exactly the same, you can move it over to an FIT or a customized package. That'll be an FIT, and you'll be able to mark up on that in addition to whatever the 12% is. On air, it's very hard to give you. I actually can't give you a percentage because each one is a little different. Let me just jump back to where I was on that because I lost that one. I think that's maybe where I was. Okay. So I'm just gonna set this up for a minute to show you again.
Yeah.
Uh,
You need an EA.
yeah, I know, and it's not letting me in. There you go. So we're saying New York again to London. So we're just going to set this up again. So we showed you the economy. Let's see if we can find something that is going to be a little more reasonable. Let's see what premium will give us. Now, one of these things you can also play with is, as you look into some of them, a shortcut to do things with is using Iceland Air. Okay? Iceland Air puts everything into the charge for a service fee, and you can't see if you've marked anything else up at all. So you can pretty much get away there with what you want. Now we've got it semi-cooperating. Okay, so we have a BA. Now, of course, I knew this was going to happen. So you've got a BA, basic economy. So we're going to hide that. And it's going to change the pricing, moving it to the right. But here's a nice, yep, here's a nice Turkish airline flight. So you're going to go from New York to Istanbul, Istanbul to London. But here's what they're charging you. It's a net fare, but it's a promotional version of it. And right off the bat, I don't like it.
It's a long way.
Yeah, well, it's not just that, because a lot of these you'll find that using the connectors, the hub and spoke, you can do very, very well. But this is a promotional fare, and it's not telling me exactly what's in here. So we're going to back up a little bit. And let's go for. So you're breaking off. They're all in the 600 to 700. Let's see what United has here. So here's a published fare. Now here's where the NDC comes in. If you see right here, it tells you that that's got 18 minutes left to book. In reality, it'll roll back 20 minutes afterwards, and there'll still be plenty of flights on it normally. So it's just the way they're presenting it. These are alternate flights that you have that you can play with. So you've got this one going at 764. It's searching. Fare rules should show automatically. Come down here. Here's your premium. Here's your economy, business, fully refundable. Business, premium economy, all rather steep. And again, you're back to the same thing. There was no commission, so you'd have to add into it. But let's go up a little and see what else is here to see if there's. Okay, so you went up from there to premium economy. It's about $1,000, which is about normal. Yep, and they've got the same thing. So you would have to find someone that's going to either show you extra service fee, or here, which it normally would, but it's not in this case. We may flip up and see if there's a net that's going to give it any better. Now, if you come down, what you need to do is, once you get registered in here, is to play with it. You can always give me a shout back. I'll always set up another meeting for you to go over it a little bit more. But the problem is, you can find what you're looking for a little easier. And again, this is doing the same thing. I was hoping it would be adding something at a different level, but it's not. That's just playing with it. Let's see what else we have. How'd I do that? Oh, that's not good. Let me just check this back out and find out where the camera went. So that's what I was looking for. And we'll come back over here. There we go. We got back to it one way or the other. Okay, so that's what you've seen on lights. Flights on a domestic basis here in the US, you have to put a markup on. There is no net fares. You need to play with some of the fares to see what there is. I did one yesterday for someone, and it was from Charlotte, North Carolina, directly to Spain, and they made $352 on the markup. So they are there. They're just finding them. Anything else I can show you on the air side of things?
Can I just ask if
Sure.
I'm currently in the middle of doing a trip to New York,
Mm-hmm.
so but a package, would the fares automatically add commission in while I was putting a package together, or would I still have to search for those fares?
I think you'd, well, what class service was it? Economy, or
Yeah, just economy.
it most likely would not add to it.
Right.
You'd have to add
Okay.
it yourself. When you get up something that's going to show you cleanly, one of the things you can play with, just go to, oh, I don't know, Denver on Iceland Air, and you'll see where they're actually going to take it all, put it in the service merchandise program on the bottom, and it's not going to show you anything on a markup. You can go in and look on anything, usually in a business class. It will allow you to give a markup.
Sure.
Okay.
Thank you.
Can I
Okay.
can I ask? Sorry, Bill.
You can ask anything you like.
Thank you. Am I being dim here? But we can book from Europe to the States, can't we?
Yes, you can. Yep.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Actually, what you have is because we're an international consolidator, you can book anywhere in the world to anywhere in the world.
Good. Yeah. Great. Yeah.
So
Thank you.
yeah, it plays off a little bit. It's hard to do pricing just going one way. You know what I mean? It's a little
Yeah.
hard. I have to find it out in advance, and I'm so used to doing it just from
The
here
other
to
way.
there.
Yeah,
It's a
of
little
course.
different.
Yeah. No, that's fine. Thank you.
Right here,
Sorry,
yeah. What you want to
Bill.
do is also, yeah, go ahead.
Sorry to interrupt. I thought you'd finished. Is there any way that this website will be put in Great British pounds for our
No,
services?
no,
It will
no.
always be in US
It's always got to
dollars.
be paid in it. Yeah. It would give the airlines an absolute heart attack, and my finance department with it. So it is all paid in dollars, I'm afraid.
No worries. Thank you.
The one thing I did want to show you right here, this is our transfer program. It was not put in to be a real moneymaker, and it's turned out to be. I put it in because we were getting beat up by some of the, well, you guys were getting beat up by some of the transfer companies. This is Mosio. It's the number 2 transfer company in the world. We have 2,500 locations where you can arrange transfers, and it is 12% standalone anywhere you do it. The only thing I warn you there is you see this back picture of the limousine with the guy with the little hat and the whole 9 yards. Uh, that's not really what the most of ours are taxis, lifts, Ubers, that type of equipment, vans. They're wonderful. They're the best I've ever used, but they are not going to be 30-foot limousines usually, giving you what you want. If they're going to you really want a limo or something like that, use either Black Lane or one of the others that are actually a limo company. Okay?
You sure they're not rickshaws?
No, those I've checked already. But I will tell you, the last time I used one was in Antigua and Barbuda. The guy who owns the company down there didn't know who I was when he picked me up. And he was the nicest guy I've ever seen. He wanted to take me, show me the favorite beach and his liquor store and his club. And one after the other, I couldn't get him to take me to the damn hotel where I needed to be for a conference. But we had a nice chat for an hour. Okay, now I'm going to just show you the other part here. So you've seen everything here. And I will check on the travel insurance and the lift for you, split lift, splice. This is avant-garde. We did this about 14 months ago. I got done with it. And what we did, we raised the level of it completely. Nothing below it is nothing below accommodations at 4.5 stars. All private meet and greet at the airport. About 97% private driver guides. It's pretty much the upscale place to be. And showing you where we have Africa, Asia, Pacific, Europe, Middle East. We have some Latin America, we have gastronomy, heritage, honeymoons, and we are adding stuff to it. We also have sports. In sports, we have Formula One in 9 different locations. We have golf in Ireland, Portugal, Spain, and adding some new stuff as we go. And then surfing and scuba diving around the world. We will also, for those who have any clients from my side of the pond, will have the NFL games that are playing in Europe next year, and we will have packages to all of them. Destinations, let me just show you one or two here. What we have is we basically have 40 destinations in the world based by countries or regions. We then have done 220 different packages around the world. This is, I'm just going to show you Egypt for one. We have Egypt actually right now is doing a incentive program on this package right here. Treasures of Egypt, 9 days, 8 nights. Your commission on that incentive is 16%. And your pricing on that program, as soon as it opens up, is actually $15.50. 4 nights in Cairo, 4 nights in the river cruise. It's my DMC owns 5 of the 5-star river boats, the farewell dinner, a breakfast in Cairo, all of the visitations, flights down to meet the domestic flights in Luxor and Aswan, and then back. Gives you the hotels, gives you the levels. That program for the 10 days and 9 nights is right now on special at $1,550. Again, we have pretty much everywhere in Europe. We are just adding in Scandinavian countries, but that's what you have. And it's very similar, nothing below 5 stars, full pre-programmed programs, but you also have the ability to customize anything there. One of the things is we are not running cyclical tours that every 4 weeks we'll have this tour, that tour. Your clients can go with whatever size group they want. They can custom-make the size groups. They can also go in and select the time of year that they want to travel on it. It's a great promotion for shoulder season. When I worked for an Irish operator for about 12 years, we were moving about 2 million a year just in shoulder season alone.
Can I ask, Bill?
Sure.
And you're this is B2B again, not this isn't advertised publicly. This is
no, it's not.
so
Yeah, it's just yeah.
So
Yep.
that makes it a real bonus for people, for agents. And are the marketing material, can we use from you or
Yeah, you can basically, if you're gonna do a tour or whatever you want, you can always call me and say, hey, can you get me a flyer on this tour or that tour? Keeping in mind that one of the big things we're offering here is everything can be customized any way you like.
yes.
When we're a USTOA member, and I've spent the last 4 years talking to my counterparts, And the biggest thing is not so much that the number of our tours are dropping, but it's the size of the smaller tours. No one is getting 50 passenger coaches on tours anymore, at least very
Yeah.
few people.
Mm.
We're finding you're getting a lot of 15, 20 people who want a customization. One of the things we do with this, and I even forgot to mention it, thank you for reminding me, was we're doing cruise extensions. Now, where you would normally just go into the cruise line and buy whatever the overnight was the day before you got in, or that type of thing. We actually put in a money maker for it, so we can do usually two in one, two up
Yeah.
front and back. And
Mhm.
we were able to be what we found. I spent about 3 months going back and forth with agents that I knew all over the country. And what they found out was we all knew the answers that we were looking for, but it really came down to just how you put it in place. The ultimate thing was that the clients wanted a bit to say about what their pre and post were. So the more you give them the chance, the more they spend.
Yes,
I
of
took
course.
what I did, I figured, okay, let me start with the hardest group that I could find. One of my friends had a group of 38 senior citizens. And I said, good God, if I do this for 4 months, I'll most likely jump off a bridge. But what we did was we actually worked them the way we wanted to. And we raised it from a 2-1 to a 4-2 and raised the income. It wound up as a separate tour,
Yeah.
practically.
Mhm.
Because
Mhm.
what it is some of the pre and posts are not quite what they were 10 years ago, 5 years ago. And this way they're able to decide what they want to do. And we can do that in every other country. We found that there's combinations out there. This is the Euro combination, and we've got a fair number of them here. But what we found out was for the holiday Christmas market, we were able to do, instead of putting them on a river cruise, because not all of them wanted to do the river cruise, we could do three days, three days in a modular form, and they could pretty much build any. We had like 12 or 14 cities for the holiday markets.
Yeah. Thank you.
No problem. And again, anything can be basically done to whatever level you want of customization. We have packages from I have packages in Dubai and Saudi Arabia and a lot of places where we're just seeing more and more going in. I've got a 1 week stay in the Red Sea uh, in Saudi Arabia with a price tag of a 1 bedroom suite for under $2,100. So my suggestion to you is go back, do your registration, and anyone can send me a note. I'll gladly do a one-on-one. I'll be glad to do, training again for anyone who wants to come in. Just check with your folks there. They're the ones who could get me there. All right, Shona.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and if you want anyone who needs help at any point, just give me a shout. I can usually, even if I'm driving 9 times out of 10, I can walk you through what you're trying to do. If not, we do have the help desk. The help desk is actually phenomenal. It's open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's as I said, it's more of, it's like a chat room, actually. You go in, you send it over, but you have the ability to send in the screenshots and whatever questions you have, they will come back to you. If you got something you're not 100% sure of, send it to them, but CC me on it, and I'll put a call into them afterwards to say, I think this is what you need, or tell me what you need, anything you can.
Is there an email address for the help desk?
Yeah, it's just help@thebestagent.pro.
At the best.
There technically there's phone numbers there, but this is the way to go. It's 100 times. We tried it with a phone number, and it got so confusing because different people's accents, different people trying to get what they wanted. And I have this New Jersey accent, so it's a little hard to understand me.
All right, that's great. Thank you very much,
Thank
Bill.
you. Yeah, thank you, Bill.
Thank you.
No
Pleasure
problem.
hearing you. Thank you.
And I say I'm around. I'm usually around when you guys have everything. I know I'll be at the national conference this year, and I'll be floating around other places. So if you need anything, give me a shout. If you're over towards the New York, one of the days I can't talk. If you're over towards New York, give me a shout. I'm usually here once a week or two. So that's what we've got.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Bill. As I say, this is recorded anyway, so anybody who's not been able to make it in live time can watch it as and when they've got the time to do so. Really, really do appreciate you coming on today.
And thanks, guys. Great seeing you.
Thank you very
Bye.
much, Bill.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Take care. All the
Send me
best.
a note whenever
Thank you,
want.
Bill.
Okay, so yes, thank you very much to Bill and Downtown Travel. That was great, and I'm sure a lot of people will take something out of that. So that's everything that we need, I think, with regards to Downtown. So I will say thank you very much to those who aren't here in live time, and hopefully we'll see you next week.